this plan help land him in the White House? For more, I'm joined by one of Trump's economic advisors and certainly an expert on all things China, Peter Navarro, an economics professor at the University of California, Irvine, and our very own Charlie Gasparino. All right, Peter, starting with you. I heard a lot of meat in this today. People have been complaining for so long that they don't feel like there's enough substance. We got quite a bit of substance. I want to talk to you first about this trade issue. He came out and said, look, I am not anti-trade. I believe in free trade, but I also believe in fair trade. What does he mean by that?
Ronald Reagan was a free trader in the early 1980s. Ronald Reagan slapped 100% tariff on Japanese semiconductors because Japan was cheating. Trump's a free trader. He's going to do the same thing when China manipulates its currency or uses illegal export subsidies. But he's also going to negotiate better trade deals. I mean, if you look at the 3 worst trade deals over the last 23 years, it starts with Bill and Hillary Clinton's NAFTA in 1993, Bill Clinton's allowing China into the World Trade Organization 2001, Hillary Clinton's 2012 free trade agreement with South Korea. What do these all have in common? They ship jobs and factories offshore, and they basically cut our growth rate in half and drained our government of trillions of dollars of revenue. So what Trump's going to do is he's going to negotiate tough trade deals. Here's the Trump trade doctrine. It's like no trade deal unless it increases GDP growth rate, cuts our trade deficit, strengthens our manufacturing base. And Detroit and Michigan is at the heart of the rejuvenation of what today was really a second Reagan revolution and a morning in America.
Yeah, sure. I want to bring Charlie in here because he's going to dispute you on some of this. Charlie does not think that by rearranging any of these trade deals, you're actually going to grow our GDP.
Well,
I'd like you to talk to Peter about it.
I mean, I think it's demagoguery to suggest that, and actually stupid. I mean, I like to know who put the line in Donald's speech that said that
Careful,
NAFTA.
could have been Peter.
No, maybe Peter did it. It would not be a smart thing. Did you put the line in Donald's speech that said NAFTA is the reason why Detroit is in the horrible shape it's in?
Donald Trump writes his own speeches.
So Donald thinks. So let me make this point. You had your chance. I'm going to have my chance now. You had your chance. Can I stop there very quietly and let you say your piece? Now I'm going to say mine. I'm going to tell something to the American people. NAFTA did not cause Detroit. Detroit's in its horrible economic and social and state right now because of years of taxes and liberal policies. Businesses have left the United States. Detroit and businesses and manufacturing in the United States is not drying up because of NAFTA. It's drying up because of a lot of other things, including our tax policy here.
All right,
could we negotiate better tax deals? Yes. But you guys think you're going to solve? You guys think you're going to solve the problem of unemployment in this country by being tough on China? It's a lot more. It's a lot more difficult.
All right. So with the disagreement there, I want to move on to this tax issue though, because this is an important one and perhaps a place where I'm going to see some agreement on this screen. Peter, he's talking about bringing corporate taxes down to 15%. What do you think that's going to do to the American economy?
Well, let me say this, Trish. I mean, I agree with Charlie that there's a lot of things going on here. And here's what we need to understand about the Trump economic plan. It hit 4 points of the compass. It was trade, tax policy, regulatory policy, and energy policy. And what people need to understand is the goal is to double our growth rate, get it back to historic levels, generate millions of jobs, trillions of dollars in new tax revenues, and put America back to work. And so all of these things work together.
The trade stuff isn't going to do that, though.
Well, but Charlie, look, let's talk about Detroit, okay? In the last 2 years, let's be really specific here.
Hang on. I will say, no, I'm going to jump in here because, Charlie, we do have some bad trade deals. I mean, I don't know if that's going to totally fix the situation we're in.
Which one is bad?
Well, how do you like the fact that if GM makes a car in America and it goes to China, China slaps a 25% tariff. But you know what? We can take everything in from China. All right, you're talking about NAFTA. I'm talking about trade.
He said that NAFTA, he makes a point. He said that
NAFTA
caused what's going on in NAFTA.
You know, here's why he's saying that. I'll jump in because you got car part companies that are making things in Mexico that used to make them in places like Detroit.
By the way, do you know
so he's saying they lost jobs. Hang on, guys. We are completely digressing, and I don't want to go off point, Charlie. So let's get back to taxes here. 15% capital gains tax. What does that do for the economy? Peters, you say it's great. Charlie, your turn.
I think it's great. I think his tax plan is very sound. I think another problem where he was really weak on details, and I don't know who, again, he writes the speeches, and a lot of people think Larry Kudlow has a role in this, or Steve Moore. I'd like to ask him, okay, so you're gonna lower taxes, really good. Where are you going to start reducing the size of government? Does he think there's one program that needs to be cut?
That for you.
No, but he does. No, not you. Why didn't he bring it up in his economic speech?
It's in the speech, Charlie.
Which part?
We need to send you a copy of the speech.
Read
the speech.
Well,
Look, let's start with regulation.
What?
Charlie, he talked about all the regulations.
No, what did he say he was going to cut the size of government? Not regulation, the size of government.
Charlie. I don't know. You're filibustering here. You're throwing all these things out. Regulation. Let's start with that.
No. Let Peter answer the question, Charlie. Regulation. We need less regulation. Peter Navarro, your turn, and then we got to go.
But Charlie, the whole point is when you over-regulate, you're adding to the size of government.
What program is he going to cut?
Get this, Charlie. Get this, Charlie. Here it is. Obama, over the last 7 years, issued 400 executive orders that created major regulations of over $100 million each. We have a $2 trillion hit.
Right.
What Donald Trump's going to do is have a moratorium on all new regulations. And he's going to direct every agency to review all regulations to determine whether they're good for the people.
What program is he going to cut?
That's the part of the analysis, Charlie.
I got a lot more to get to, so thank you.
Where?
Good to see you, as always. Thanks, Charlie.